Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is currently 5:59 a.m. on Friday, October 13th of 2023. So I have a few clips to go over directly with you guys this Friday. One of which is a story that I actually covered on the third channel, but I'm going to cover it here because, of course, everybody's not going to get the notifications. Some people might not be subscribed directly to the third channel. The link to the third channel is directly underneath the description in the video section as well. So the clip that you see directly in front of you has this information associated with it. A former Connecticut state worker's meltdown was caught on police surveillance video of a distraught woman repeatedly banging her handgun on the protective glass at a police department before shooting multiple rounds directly at the glass. According to a press release from the Office of Inspector General, 51-year-old Suzanne LaPrise walked into a Bristol, Connecticut Police Department office at around 11:30 p.m. on October 5th, carrying a handgun. Security footage captured LaPraise making her way to the empty front desk and knocking on the front desk window with her hand before repeatedly banging the gun on the glass. As the woman continues knocking on the glass, she turns and fires multiple rounds. Police stated that the bullets did not penetrate the bullet-resistant glass. She is also seen firing around into the police station ceiling. In addition, body camera footage shows officers assessing the situation, with police stating that they had open dialogue with the woman before moving in. Despite attempting to talk to the woman, she continued to fire additional rounds in the direction of the officers. Officer Spencer Boisvert fired 2 shots in her direction, but no one was hit. The video shows multiple officers rushing towards the prize. When she sets the handgun down, officers deploy an electronic defense weapon before taking her into custody. Police state that the woman was taken to a Bristol, Connecticut hospital for evaluation. She was charged with criminal attempted murder with a special circumstance, illegal discharge of a firearm, illegal carry of a firearm under the influence of drugs/alcohol, criminal use of a weapon, violation of a pistol permit requirement, illegal possession of a large capacity magazine, criminal mischief of the first degree, reckless endangerment of the first degree, and breach of the peace of the second degree. She's being held on a $3 million bond and was arraigned at a New Britain Superior Court on October 6th. Now, the reason I wanted to highlight this again was to showcase the fact that whenever you have individuals out here that want to state that America is clear-cut equal in its treatment, it's clear-cut even, that everybody is treated the same and looked at the same, let this video stand as proof. Now, I cut out, certain parts to just, try to have it up here with no problems. We'll see what takes place. But the main point is this. The woman is still alive. If this was a black man that decided to do this exact same thing, fire all of these rounds, cops would not have decided to stop and stare. It would have been the OK Corral directly in that police department. That man would not have made it. But this woman, who was supposedly under the influence of drugs or alcohol, was able to walk directly into this police department for whatever. She just had, one of these days where she wanted to try to go postal in an office full of cops. Luckily, there was bulletproof glass. I'm guessing both on the doors and in the reception area. Because if there weren't, she would have been firing directly through that glass. And I'm pretty sure in the state that she was in, she would have climbed directly through that window and continued directly on. But I just want to reiterate, at any point in time that people want to tell you that America is equal in its treatment and how they see people and that they don't see color, let this video stand directly in front of them to showcase the fact that, people do get preferential treatment when it deals with America and how it is that people can have a bad day and decide to act like this in a police station and nothing happens to them at all. So we're going to head directly over to the next clip here. And there's going to be some stops in between the clip because I have to go through and explain a few things because it's quite nonsensical. I'm pretty sure that some of you guys were able to see the clip, maybe if you were on Twitter or if you're on IG. So I'm going to pretty much set you up what the clip is. You're going to see this woman here, American, who feels a certain type of way about being taken out to a certain restaurant. If you might have went to the Cheesecake Factory, it's a pretty nice restaurant. It's, you know, it's pretty casual, nothing wrong too much with it. But for whatever reason, this woman here with her Western mindset, American mindset, thought that she was oh too good for this restaurant. So let's just take a listen.
Whew. Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory.
Put a 1 in chat if y'all can hear the video.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree.
Now let me freeze it right there. She said, and I want to just throw this a little bit of information that's going to come in a little bit later. But before we get there, I want to let y'all know that this is a first date. And notice how she said, you know, she's a woman that looks like this, going to the Cheesecake Factory, and she has all of these things that supposedly a man is supposed to do, right? A man is supposed to court her, right? Which means that he's supposed to take her out, spend his whole bank account directly on her. And then the other thing that she stated was that he's also supposed to protect her. Now, I want y'all to understand this. This is a stranger. This is a first date. You want a random guy directly out here to full-fledged risk his whole life and everything directly for you on a first date. You want a guy to spend his whole bank account on you for a first date, when a first date is to get to know somebody. Let's continue.
Into this date, as I expect, with the expectations for myself, to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know.
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I don't know you.
I can respect that.
I don't respect that. Now, I want y'all, let's just reevaluate this again, right? This woman feels that she is the top of the top, right? She feels that she is the best looking woman directly out here. She feels that she deserves the world, and any man, right, that she decides to, lighten his doorstep, he should be, throwing out wads of cash, spending his whole bank account, directly on her, because look at what she looks like, right? She looks great. She looks beautiful. She looks awesome, right? And then she stated that you're supposed to wine and dine her, take her to these lavish whatevers, spend all of this money, and you're supposed to risk your life to protect her. He had one simple thing that he wanted her to do, right? He was like, yo, when I came to your door to come pick you up and we were walking to the car, you didn't even want to put your arm around mine, or you didn't even want to hold hands. What did she say? It's too early in the relationship for that. Wow, look at that stance. Look at how that switches. So it's not too early for a guy to spend all of his money, to want to risk his life, to do all of these things that you feel that a guy should do. But it's against the rules to hold hands and to put your arm around his as he's proceeding to walk you to the car. I'm sorry, escorting you to the car. And people think when I start talking about women in America and I start generalizing that I'm making things up. This is why I bring these videos specifically up, to showcase the things that I'm talking about and that I've been talking about, and to showcase that, hey, it's going to get worse before it gets better, because it's going to be women like her that's going to mess up opportunities for other women specifically out here. I'm just highlighting this. I'm just saying it, but let's continue.
I can respect that. When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
Again.
maybe
I don't
we're not
know
there
yet.
Okay.
I know you.
And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made
nothing
up.
wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay. Well, look at my plan where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there.
Now, notice how she keeps saying, this is about the second time that she said it was too early to do certain things. Like, okay, no problem. You said that, you didn't want the guy to, as he was, coming to the house, maybe he had to wait on you or whatever. You didn't want him specifically coming into your house. That one, I 100% agree with. I completely understand. It's a first date. You guys are just getting to know each other. Fine, no problem. Let's push that directly out the window. But again, you mean to tell me it's fine for him early on the first date to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on you, for him to sit up there and risk his life specifically for you. And then on top of that, the dude actually had a whole itinerary of the plans that you guys were going to do today. He made an itinerary. I'm not sure if people actually know how much effort it takes to make all of these things and to have reservations, because sometimes for reservations, you might have to put down money or whatnot, depending on what the restaurant is, right? But notice when he showed the itinerary, I guess on his phone or whatever he has directly in the car, she was like, oh, you wanted to take me to Cheesecake Factory, but you had this place. Now, this is a place that you should have took me to the first time. Notice that. Notice how she is stating that I should have went here. You should have took me here. But look who's paying for everything. Look whose car is it that she in. Oh, and let me just make this very clear. Going back to the front of the video, when he got out of the car doors were unlocked. She proceeded to go to, as he was walking to the other side of his car to open up his car door, she had that car door locked. Because what did she say? I'm not getting out of this car because he took me to the Cheesecake Factory. So then what did her arrogant self decide to do in his car? Oh, let me roll down the window and have a conversation with you while I'm sitting in your car, while you're outside of the car trying to open the door to take me to a planned restaurant that you wanted to take me to, which is the Cheesecake Factory, which of course the man is paying for. Let's keep going.
Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late. And like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment. And that is not possible.
And that's why I'm saying, I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as ours.
And that's facts. He said that, okay, no problem. You are saying that it's too early in this relationship to basically hold hands, for you to put your arm around me, for me to be in an apartment. Then maybe it's too early in a relationship for me to be spending all of this money directly on you, making this itinerary of plans just to sit up there and take you out. He's 1,000% right. This is a guy who understands, who can read the room, and he understands his worth. This is what that looks like. This is what a lot of guys need to sit up there and do. When a woman specifically tells you all of this stuff and she has all of these complaints and y'all are literally just dating, this is just like the first date, it's time to sit up there and pack that up. It's time to sit up there and leave. It's time to sit up there and go. Somebody else can sit up there and deal with her. Or she can sit up there and deal with herself by herself, alone. Because all of this right here, all of the attitude that she's getting, she decided that she wanted to make this into some type of whole circus. She wanted to get directly on, I guess, her IG or on her TikTok, whatever she got, and she wanted to film this dude. She wanted to try to embarrass this dude because she felt that he was, quote unquote, doing the bare minimum because of the way she looks. She deserves or desires some $1 million treatment. That's bum behavior. That is 1,000% bum type of behavior. This is a woman looking for a free meal. I'm just going to be honest. This is what that looks like. Nobody talks about it, but we're going to talk about it here. This is a woman that's a bum looking for a free meal. She wants a dude to spend all of this money. She wants all of this lavish type of stuff, and she has this type of attitude. Now, I want people to pay very close attention, right? When he was just explaining himself, he wasn't being disrespectful. He wasn't calling her out of her name. He wasn't interrupting her. She kept coming in with some type of remarks. She kept pulling out these childish type of faces. She kept trying to insert her point of view here and there because how she feels about the Cheesecake Factory. Again, this is not a woman. This woman is more than likely in her 30s, if not a little bit higher. And this is how it is that she acts with a guy that is not being disrespectful. He is courting her. He is taking her out. He made plans. And I also want to note to people that she gave clear-cut excuses as to why it is that they're late when he made reservations at 4 o'clock. She was like, oh, well, I didn't know that work was going to take so long. I didn't know this, that, and the third. It's a whole bunch of excuses. He told you the day before, so you could already have all of this stuff squared away. But you had this man waiting a whole hour in his car. You were late while he was on time. But yet you feel that you can throw some type of attitude or some type of fit for somebody that's footing the whole bill for this whole situation. That's crazy. But like I said, this is that American type of mindset. This is that westernized type of mindset that you clear-cut see on social media at this moment in time. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. Let's continue.
Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I would have been. Okay. But if we're late, I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot. Waiting for a reservation.
We can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, the equivalent to that?
I literally
you don't understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong with
I will die. That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Listen, as I said, I have very specific.
I need somebody, like I said, this is what happens when a lot of guys give far too many compliments to women. This is what an ego looks like. A lot of people like to say that men have egos and pride. No, you got a lot of women out here that have ego and pride. This is what that looks like. She's like, look at me. If I go into the Cheesecake Factory, I would die. Look at me. Do you really think that I would go to this establishment? Look at me. What if I'm seen here? What if somebody that I know realizes that I'm here? Do you know how that makes me look? Do you know how I'm going to feel about that? Do you know how it is that I'm going to have to explain myself that a person that looks like me is in the cheesecake? She's acting like she's the queen of some country. And this dude is like literally taking her to some type of like corner store, hood, restaurant, some hole in the wall joint in the hood. And that's it. Like I said before, this woman was an hour late. The reservation was for 4. So he was probably at her house for 3, at probably 3 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier. Because as he stated, like, hey, I got there, early just so that, we could be on time for the reservation. And, while we we're driving, we could sit up there and talk and get to know each other. Again, this is a guy who is genuinely trying to have a conversation. He's not there for, oh, I'm about to hit it and quit and all this other type of stuff like women on social media normally like to say about American men. He's genuinely trying to make a connection. He's trying to find out interests. He's trying to find out dislikes. He's trying to get to know more about her. But like I said, she don't specifically care about that. Because out of the main duration of this video, everything has been about me, 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 I, and what you're supposed to do for me. Like she said before, can't you find something that's the equivalent? But she wasn't talking about the Cheesecake Factory. She was talking about the equivalent of the other restaurant that she spotted that she said that she deserved to actually go to instead of the Cheesecake Factory. Again, you have somebody out here that is selfish. You have somebody out here that is complaining, and yet they're not paying for anything. Like I said before, like if she was really on her whole thing, then she would have just met him at that restaurant, when everything was supposed to happen, instead of him having to go pick her up, waiting an hour in the car, and not even, failing to even be able to show up for the restaurant because he's waiting on you because you're late, because you didn't deem it as important, because you felt that you're some type of princess, some type of queen, and everything starts when you show up. Let's continue.
Certain expectations for that. I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other. So respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So you just want to call it a night? I mean,
Yeah.
Isn't there some kind of compromise or something? Ladies, can you believe this?
I'm sorry, y'all.
He's
But
out of the parking space.
if I don't feel respected, I am not gonna go through with the rest of the day.
Well, you are serious. You really leaving?
Yeah. You didn't want this place anyway, right?
I understand that.
Before the realization actually starts to set in, notice how the greater duration. How long have we been sitting up there looking at this? We've been looking at this for about a good 5 minutes and 56 seconds. Notice how she was all selfish. She was all self-entitled. She was the queen of every single thing. Everything is supposed to go her way, how she wants it. You're supposed to wine and dine her. You're supposed to pay for every single thing. You're just supposed to be a yes man to every single thing. But the moment in time that this dude was like, yo, I'm putting my foot down, I don't feel respected. I don't feel like you actually took out the opportunity to realize how much effort I put directly into this. You're complaining about the restaurant. You know what? It's cool. I'm going to sit up there and take you back home. Notice how that whole thing just adjusted her real quick. Notice how her whole demeanor, notice how her body language, notice how her energy just came directly down to about a 0, if not maybe potentially a 1. Because that realization is cutting in that she understands that this dude ain't going to compromise for nothing. He already compromised too much just by having this 5-minute conversation with you, trying to explain all of these things. He already compromised just within that. He's like, yo, I ain't about to keep doing this. We're too grown for this. You said you didn't want to go to this restaurant anyway, so we're going to skip the whole itinerary, skip the whole plans. This day is pretty much X'd out. I'm going to take you back home. Let's continue.
I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go home?
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them, and you've broken every one.
Oh
so,
my God.
I'm sorry. We're dropping you off home.
All right, whatever. Well, I mean, I guess I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do. I understand where you're coming from.
So now you see this woman completely sitting in that man's car looking stupid. She's looking exactly like the grown child that she is. She was entitled, she was selfish, and she felt that she was the queen of every single thing and that she could sit up there and make the rules on everything. Now, again, remember, this is a date that the guy thought of, that he brought up, that he made plans for, that he made an itinerary for, that he made reservations for. Remember, the guy went to her house to pick her up. She didn't come to the restaurant and meet the guy there and then they both walked into the restaurant. That's not how that set up there and worked. Because remember what she said before earlier on? Oh, look at how I am. I get courted. Right? She wanted to have all of that energy. She wanted to have all of that pride. And look at where all of that ego and that pride got her. Right back home. She didn't get no date. She didn't get no food. She didn't even see or go to any of the rest of the plans that he had scheduled because she was ungrateful and she complained. Just like a child, a selfish, spoiled brat. And again, I want to reiterate because I want to be very clear because sometimes I happen to get comments where people are like, yo, why you be going so hard on the women? No, I go hard directly on the men as well. The only difference is I got a man that's actually showcasing the fact that he understands respect and his own worth. And he's not going to allow a woman to sit up there and trample over him, nor is he going to sit up there and compromise any of those things, no matter how it is that a woman looks. Because I saw a comment directly in here talking about how it is that, you know, her chest look. I mean, if it's that easy to sit up there and just overlook all of these blaring red flags, hey, so be it. So be it. Like I said, to each is their own. I'm just posting videos to put warnings directly out there to other guys as to what to look for and what not to sit up there and accept, because I'll be damned. Because that ain't it. Like I said, I don't care what that woman's body looks like. I don't care what her face looks like. The attitude brings everything down. The pride brings everything down. The ego brings everything down. And then on top of that, you got the nerve to be on a date with this man and you got a phone in your hand and you sitting up there broadcasting to other women. That's clown behavior. That's straight clown behavior. Like I said, the moment in time for any guys out there, if you're taking a woman out on the first date and you see her picking up her phone, doing, it's time to go. It's time to cut the date. I'm just going to be real. Some people are going to be like, well, what if the woman has kids? What if she has family? What if she got a You need to sit up there and understand that you need to make time. If this is something that you really want to do, if you're really interested in this guy, then you can easily put down that phone and be like, yo, all right, phones are down, for the duration of the date for about, the hour, whatever it is. You should not be consistently picking up your phone. You should not be live streaming. You shouldn't be on your IG. You shouldn't be on your Twitter feed. You shouldn't be going through any type of shorts. You shouldn't be on TikTok. You shouldn't be doing any of this. Like I said, this is where it is in American society when it deals with a lot of women out here that have this belief where they got this God complex, where they have this whole ego, where they got this whole pride. This is what that looks like. And for a lot of those women out there, this is where that is going to get you. This is where that is going to get you. It's going to get you sent right back home. Like I said, I'm very proud of this man. And also pay attention. This is a dude. This is a whole nother guy. Let me see if I can get back there.
Off at home.
Trying to get the face of the man here. Like I said, this is happening to a variety of men directly out here that have to face this type of nonsense, this type of ego. So like I said again, if anybody got a problem, you better take it up with her and other women just like her, because they are the ones that are specifically messing up opportunities to go on dates, to potentially find Mr. Right, or potentially get engaged and to get married or to be in a relationship. It's women like her and many others that are not being called out by women, that are not being ostracized. It's women like this that are messing it up for the other women out there. It's not the fault of men who are highlighting this and talking about this out there in the open and using these examples. It's not the fault of men. Like I said, there would be no examples if women like this did not exist. She is clear-cut an example of many that are directly out here. And if you don't believe me, go through on TikTok, go on IG, go on YouTube, go to some of these blog sites, go to a variety of female podcasts. It's out there. It is out there. Shout out to everybody in attendance right now. We got Miss Callahan that said these divestors are taking L's left and right. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, I don't care who nobody dates. That's where I'm at. As long as you ain't saying nothing about black people, it's all cool. But if an example can be made out of a circumstance to warn other men directly out here and to showcase nonsense that takes place in America, we're going to sit up there and do that. Shout out to Dark Titan. Shout out to that guy from Texas. Shout out to Based. Shout out to Gail. We got Richie Jr. in the building. We got DeJelmo. What is up? What is up? We got DBB. Who else we got? I'm just trying to go through the section. We got Theotis in the building. What is up? We got Christopher Jones, Maximilian. We got Al Smith. We got GE. Who else we got? We got Christopher Jones. Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody. We got Great Blackness. We got Rodward B1. We got John Doe. We got SWAT D. So shout out again to everybody that is in attendance, both in the chat and, those just sitting back listening. We got Nori directly in the building along with Prince. What is up? What is up? What is up? So again, it's 1,000% ridiculous. The ship that came in, that woman sank it. She sank it with her own ammunition. Like I said, it's crazy. That guy from Texas said Kevin Samuels was right. Modern women don't like accountability. That's bars. She took that accountability because she was forced to at the end when she realized that the dude was not going to compromise and that he was going to take her from that parking lot directly right back to where he picked her up. Like I said, he was being a gentleman the whole time. No matter how much he was being devalued, disrespected, no matter the amount of complaints and how she was saying this, that, and the third, he was still being a gentleman. He was still stating that, hey, I respect your opinion. I respect the things that, you're saying, that you feel. I'm pretty sure other things are going on that he wanted to say in his mind, but he kept it as nice as possible, right? He was like, hey, I'm just going to send you home. So let's look at this next one. Let me set you up here. This one has to do with a Karen that is on a train, and she is in her true American ways, but I don't really think that she realizes that the people that she's talking to are European, because normally when you hear somebody say, get out of our country, go back to your country, usually they're talking to somebody that looks different. But let me just allow this Karen to speak in this clip.
Are you German? Okay. I do. Breathe. No, tell me what is that? Are you scared? Breathe. Are you so fucking scared? Like, breathe. No, get the fuck up. Breathe. Do not do this. Go ahead. Breathe. Breathe. Do not do this. Breathe. Do not do this. You're gonna get arrested. I can handle my own. Breathe. 23.
Now let me just again. This is an American woman. You heard what it is. This is that modern society. What did she say? Now you see her boyfriend in the back. He's like, Bree. He's like, yo, come on. You're going to end up getting arrested. You're causing problems. You're causing issues. Because the boyfriend already knew, in a sense, what time it was when the guy started standing up out of his seat. Now, that guy had every right to sit up there and stand up. He didn't put hands on her. He didn't sit up there and touch her. He was just letting her know, like, yo, you need to back up. You're a little bit too close. I feel threatened. Because you see how close he's sitting in the seat, but you see her aggressive posture and her positioning as if she's going to sit up there and do something. And she didn't just get in his face once. She did it twice, if not 3 times. And what did she sit up there and tell her boyfriend? Let go. It's all right. I got it. I can handle myself. This is what you hear from modern women directly in America when it is that a man is trying to tell them that, yo, don't get into a man's face. This is not what you want. Don't sit up there and do this. Don't tell me what to do. Let me go. I got this. I can handle myself. So again, I'm showcasing what is taking place in America and what it is that American women are saying and doing. So again, if anybody has a problem with it, you can clear cut talk to those women that I highlight, or better yet, you can talk to those exact same women out here in society. Let's continue.
What is it?
Bree, please stop this, Bree. Bree, stop this or I'm never going to talk to you again. Stop this or I'm never going to talk to you again. Listen to me right now. We'll sit down right now. I'm never going to talk to you again. Listen to me right now. He's not. You know, so I'm an immigrant. You know I'm an immigrant too. You know that, right?
Your son's okay. Get the fuck out of our country.
Do not.
Stop. Why that? You know what the fuck you said to me?
So you heard what she said. Her boyfriend was like, you know, I'm an immigrant too, right? You know, I'm an immigrant too. She was like, yeah, I know that, but I have respect for you. So you respect, and I just want people to understand, everybody involved is of European descent. Now, just in case a lot of people don't know, let me just re-educate some of those who might not understand. The original terminology when it came to American, when it dealt with those on the North American continent, it originally belonged to those who are indigenous and coppered colored. This woman here, Bree, is not indigenous, nor is she copper colored. The reason that she can call herself an American is due to the fact of the second definition that is below American, which states that it goes to those who are European descendants born on the North American continent. So it's funny how somebody of European heritage, of European descent, who is not even indigenous to this land, wants to tell somebody else of European heritage and descent to go back to their country, to get out of my country. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? That is very interesting how that works out. That is very, very interesting. But like I said before, this is the society that we live in at this moment in time, where you have a lot of women feel that they are so emboldened. They feel that they are so much of at the same strength equally, or if not more than a man, that they can decide to get up into a random man's face on the train because of how it is that they feel or what it is that they thought a man specifically said about them. Because again, she has no proof of anything of what it is that she said. Like, oh, do you know what it is that he said about me? How do you even know? You're about several seats down. How do you know what it is that man was saying? Why was you in his mouth? Why was you trying to even listen to any type of conversation? Why were you even trying to theorize? Shouldn't you, instead of paying attention to a clear cut, another man that's amongst another group of men, shouldn't you have been paying attention to your boyfriend? But like I said before, this is where the whole feminist ideal. This is where women being masculine. This is where women having that type of pride and ego. This is what that looks like. This is America. This is that Western mindset. So again, I'm just showcasing this. Just showcasing this again for those out there who might not realistically understand what it is that is going on. So again, if you got a problem with it, you can clear cut take it up with those women, or better yet, take it up with the women that you know, or the women that you see around that just so happen to do these types of things. So that means go to their TikToks, go to their YouTubes, go to their blogs, go to their IGs, wherever they are. Go have those conversations with them. But chances are you won't, right? So let me set you up for a very special video here, right? So as the title that I have it, this Christian woman, Columbus, a black woman's song, right? You have a woman who is quote unquote a Christian deciding that she wanted to take somebody else's song. She wanted to take the lyrics. She wanted to take the whole flow, the whole scheme and everything, right? Because originally she stated that the song is demonic in nature, right? So she said that it was within her that God basically told her that this is something that she
come
needed
across
to do.
this song.
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood evolution.
And it's a song called Jericho. I don't know why, but I can't stop listening to it. Oh, I'm so hypnotized. Like she's angelic. This is Lucifer. He is singing to a generation, trying to get us to identify with him.
So that's going to be very important because it's going to come up a little bit later. Remember what this woman said. This is a Christian woman, right? And normally when it deals with Christianity, when it deals with religion, they sit up there and say that we're not supposed to judge another person, right? That only God can judge. Only God has the power to do that. As humans, we're supposed to try to empathize and sympathize, right? We're supposed to try to make people understand, not judge them, but we're supposed to try to make them understand. But you clearly just heard her say that she heard this song that came from a black woman, that it was intoxicating, it was hypnotizing, and she just couldn't get the song out of her head. But then she said up there in associated words, she said that this song is Luciferian. She said that this song is demonic. She's associating those words with that black woman. So again, I want people to understand how it is that this Christian woman is using God in order to demonize a black woman and also her song, and how she's going to use God in order to enable her to steal this song so that she can quote unquote transform it for the good, right? And lead people to the ways of the Lord. So let's continue. I think I might have had this part a little bit too long. Let me speed that up just a bit. Okay, there we go. Right about, hold on, let me pull that back. There we go.
I've been saved by grace. I got Jesus on my mind and his blood running through my veins. And when he moves, he makes all hell rumble. He won't ever fall, never stumble. He's coming soon, so you better get humble. Bend your knee or like Jericho crumble.
So remember, she is not the originator of the song. The whole flow, that came directly from a black woman. That was her acapella. That is her rhythm. That's the way that she basically, sings. That's the way that she does her poetry, her songs. This woman does not have any bone in her body that enabled her to come up with that whole rhythm, that whole scheme, anything like that, that whatever you want to call it, that rhythm. She didn't have any of that within her. But when she saw somebody else perform it, she was like, you know what? That's me. I identify with that. Matter of fact, what I'm going to sit up there and do is I'm going to take that whole thing and I'm going to make it mine, and I'm going to Columbus it, and I'm going to do it in the name of God. So like I said before, she's stealing the whole song. The whole song.
Eniko has said something, though. They wanted to know why they're being called Satan and demonic just for existing. That's such a victim take, honestly. Eniko wrote words that were clearly controversial and then made a music video, which she's wearing like this, what looks to be a crown of thorns. It's kind of more demonically charged. She's on an altar looking thing. I mean, this is definitely a bold, controversial take. As an artist myself, I can't imagine that she wouldn't expect some difference of opinions when it comes to Christians. Our society has gone crazy. I never once called Eniko a demon or Satan.
So we all know that she's lying about that, right?
Listening to it.
Because I clearly told y'all what? I told y'all earlier, like, hey, this one part is going to come very quickly. It's going to come up. It's going to mean something. So you heard from her own lips. She was like, I never at one point in time called her Satan. I didn't call her demonic. I didn't call her evil. Let's just take a little, gander directly at that, shall we?
Listening to it. Oh, I'm so hypnotized. Like she's angelic. This is Lucifer to it. Oh, I'm so hypnotized. Like she's angelic. This is Lucifer. She's angelic. This is Lucifer.
So again, she called a black woman the devil and called the song, right? She stole and rewrote demonic. So I need somebody to help me process this. How can somebody of the Christian faith rewrite Luciferian and devilish music, witchcraft, right? How could you rewrite that and repurpose it for the good of God? Because no matter what you do, the song is still demonic. Why? Because the basis of it came directly from, right, a Luciferian. It came from a witch. It came from a demon, right? It came from pure evil. Like I said before, I need people to understand this is how it is that they are able to use a lot of things, wrap a lot of words around stuff, and they can brand it a certain type of way. But then when they basically take it over and repurpose it, magically it's good, right? When it's black, it's bad. When it's white, it's good. Anybody noticing that? Anybody seeing that? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But again, remember, she said that she is an artist. She said that she is a Christian artist, and Eniko should have expected that, there was going to be some type of backlash, that Christians were going to have something, specifically to state directly about this. I put it to you like this. I looked at the video. I looked at both videos, actually. And the main thing that I took directly from it is that she is stating that she is powerful, that she is strong, that she is universal, that she is beyond man, right? And the other thing that I don't think that this quote unquote Christian is looking at is the word of scientist, where the oldest bones found on this planet are that of a black woman. But you know what? I guess that has nothing to do with it at all. I guess it has, I guess that has nothing to do with it. I guess the universe being the greater majority of darkness, of melanin, has nothing to do with it at all as well. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just, seeing some stuff, and maybe I'm too hypnotized by a lot of the music out here that I can't realize that I'm being controlled by Lucifer, and trying to, push this music instead of the rewritten, repurposed, Columbus, Europeanized, Christian version of this song that a black woman made. Maybe it's just me, right? Maybe it's just me. But
I haven't
let's
seen
continue.
anyone on the internet, and I've seen a lot now because it's on my algorithm, talk about the song Jericho and talk about Eniko as an artist, and I haven't once heard anyone Christian calling her Satan.
Again, she said it. Again, let's just...
She's angelic.
She's angelic.
This is Lucifer.
This is Lucifer. You clearly
What I
call
have
this
heard
one
is people
Satan.
calling out the lyrics because, according to the Word of God, which we define as absolute truth, they are descriptions of Lucifer. Google it, like ascending above the heavens, being far away. Right? They were cast down. Not to mention the whole thing about not being humble. The Bible says the Lord gives grace to the humble and opposes the proud. And then there's the reference. The out of context use of Jericho, which I'm sorry, it's just too much of a stretch for me, you guys. That it's about her African ancestry. I wouldn't know what Aniko is trying to communicate about this whole situation because she's blocked me a long time ago.
So remember, what did the woman just say? She said that, Aniko said that this, has to do with, African ancestry and, all of that stuff. And she wanted to, just go directly over that. But again, as I stated before, scientifically speaking, everything started directly from which continent? Africa. So this is before you. This is before whatever understanding of whatever Bible or whatever religion that you specifically have. Everything started directly from Africa. Scientists have gone directly over this. So it's a little bit baffling to me that somebody like her, who is a devout Christian, born again, whatever you want to sit up there and call it, decides that this is the hill that she wants to stand on. 10 toes down. It's like, yes, I am for the Lord, and something spoke within me, and I'm going to make sure to directly, repurpose the song. I'm going to Columbus the song. I'm going to Europeanize the song, and I'm going to do it in the name of God. Because she stated that she was on vacation and that within a 10-minute time frame, the lyrics for the rewritten version of the song came directly to her. Like God just anointed her, just touched her and just gave her, those lyrics. And then in the clip that you see directly right here, you have so many Christians. It's a lot throughout her whole page. But you have fields of Christians going out there and say like, yeah, she did that. Like, yeah, I can't wait to hear this. Let me know when you sit up there and post it. Where will we be able to find it? And yada, 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 and all that other type of good stuff. But like I said, you stole it, right? And this is what she had to say about, actually giving credit or tagging an artist. I had to technically mute it because there was some other, copyrighted music directly in there. So she stated, I didn't choose to tag the artist, right? Because I felt like you do that when you're wanting to do a collab with someone. I just want to let you know this is what a thief looks like. And this is why I sat up there and stated before. This is why I have issues with, religious people. This is why, I just go about things my own way. Because you got too many people like this, and she has far too many supporters that are supporting her thievery. And she's standing 10 toes down. And she's made a multitude of videos directly over this. And she literally showcased a producer, I guess a Christian producer, helping her with like the beat and everything. But like I said, the whole flow that she got, she stole from a black woman. Again, this is nothing original is here. Nothing original is here. Even if she rewrote some of the words or the whole song, the whole basis of the flow comes directly from that woman who originated it. But yet, you don't want to sit up here and quote unquote give credit.
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood evolution. Hi, I've been saved by grace. I got Jesus on my mind and his blood running through my veins.
He copied my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
So again, we all heard that, right? Let me just go back real quick. Just in case people didn't catch that. Let me just go back. Just real quick. Let me play that one more time so the people in the back can happen to catch what it is that I'm saying. Again, let me just reiterate. Even if she rewrote the whole song, the flow, The melody, the rhythm, that is that of a black woman. That came directly from Aniko. That is hers. And I just want to reiterate to a lot of people, this is not the first time that her song got stolen. This is not the first time. The first time, from what I can remember, was around during the pandemic. Somebody Asian literally stole the whole song, word for word, bar for bar, and did an acapella. You know what TikTok did? They muted Aniko's original work that was posted up there. She went to try to go to repost the song. You know what happened? That got taken down because they stated that she is not the original artist when realistically she is. But like I said, people want to make it seem as though, what did this woman, this European state, she was like, oh, she's taking the victim's way. That's crazy, because the woman is a victim, because you're stealing directly from her. It's not just you. Other people are directly stealing from her and calling this their own. And the Asian person that originally did this did not want to give credit. They didn't want to acknowledge. They didn't want to sit up there and tag, because they were getting all of this publicity. They were getting all of these people following them, coming directly to their page. But yet again, it wasn't their song. And this was before she became a full-fledged artist that has a contract, right? This was back when, I think, in one of the interviews that I read about the young woman, she was in high school. I think when she was doing, some of this music, she was like 17 and a senior. I think she might have been somewhere in between those ages, high school to like 20, somewhere in there. And you got people out here that were stealing her stuff on a public platform, plagiarizing all of her work, calling it their own. Didn't want to tag her, didn't want to sit up there and give her no credit, stole the whole thing. And it wasn't up until social media came behind this woman and other people, more popular people that were on TikTok, YouTube, and so on, got behind this woman, that the truth finally came out and people actually paid attention. But like I said before, this is how a lot of these social media platforms work. They will allow Black people to be directly on these platforms. You can happen to make the platform hot. You can make it do what it do. You can come up with a dance craze, all this other type of stuff. You can rap, you can do poetry, all of this stuff. Inevitably, what's going to happen is somebody else that don't look like you, that's not Black, is going to copy the exact same thing that you do, or they're going to do a cover of it. They're going to sit up there and slow down the views, or they're going to shadow ban your video, and they're going to post that person's video to the top of everybody's page so that that person can get all the recognition, all the credit, all the love, all the support. While you, the originator, a Black content creator, a Black artist, are nowhere to be seen. And it's a rinse, wash, and repeat. Like I said, we saw what happened during the pandemic, where Black people got fed up with TikTok, where all of their dances and stuff were, in a sense, getting stolen because everybody else wanted to do them. But the originators wasn't getting no love. They wasn't getting no support. They wasn't getting no type of credit. And you saw with Black people, they was like, you know what? We ain't about to be dancing no more. Y'all got it. We're going to do this for about a good month or so. We're going to see what y'all got. Since y'all are so good at dancing, y'all so good at coming up with all of these moves and stuff, we're going to see what y'all got. And it was looking real dry. Nobody had nothing. Nobody could copy or follow or come up with their own stuff, because they didn't have the originators to take from and copy from and plagiarize from. But like I said before, let's get directly back into what stolen work looks like. Let's look at the originator and then look at the plagiarizer.
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood evolution. Hi, I've been saved by grace. I got Jesus on my mind and his blood running through my veins.
He copied my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
So we saw that. Again, even if, now again, I want y'all to understand, this woman that you see directly in front of you with these pink glasses on, lemonade glasses, she stated that the song was Luciferian. She stated that the song was evil. She stated that the song was demonic. But she felt that because she was anointed by God, that she could touch the song and repurpose it for the betterment of Jesus. You can't. You're not going to that's like literally taking something that was born of evil and making it angelic. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. You can't do that. That doesn't make any sense. Like, what are we doing out here? And then you have other Christians on her profile in her comment section literally saying that, yeah, you did it, as if she really did something. You didn't. You said that this was Luciferian music, and you said that you were hypnotized by it. You said that it was demonic in nature. That you said that this was Lucifer basically speaking through you in the music. And now you feel that somehow you're like the right hand of God and you can just bring the light directly to this. Woo! When people say that the blind follow the blind, believe them. Believe them when they say that, because there are too many blind people out here following this woman and agreeing with this woman. And let me make y'all understand something. She's literally remaking this, and she's going to put this on a Spotify. She's going to put this on a YouTube and many other places. And again, she is not the originator of this at all. Like, it's different if people are sitting up there doing a cover of a song because they're going to give credit to an artist. This is not a cover. This is not what she's doing. She literally has the exact same rhythm and melody. It's not even her own. This is, again, I want people to understand because I went through her social media. This is not how she sings. This is not how she sounds. It is nothing like this. It is the most unsweetened type of music that you will ever hear in your life. So again, she got any type of publicity, she got any type of followers, anything. It's all because of this one song. It's due to the effect of a black woman in the song that she originally created that put some type of light directly on her because she wants to do this type of foolishness. But again, like I said before, this is American society. This is what is specifically allowed. Why? Because this is how America was founded. America was Columbus. America was stolen. America was taken. It wasn't earned. It wasn't won in some type of war where people were playing for keeps. That's not what took place. So because that's how America was built, that's how the descendants are going to still continue that exact same tradition. As you see this woman here. She's carrying on that exact tradition of what, came before her. Like I said, it's ridiculous. 1,000% ridiculous. But nobody wants to, specifically call it out. So let me just go into an interview that Aniko had, right? So somebody asked her, and speaking of inspiration, who are some of your musical influences? She said, this is unfortunately my least favorite question because the list goes on, and it's hard remembering everyone, but I'll do my best to focus on the key ones. Biggest musical influence was definitely film scores. I spent a massive chunk of my life watching films and TV shows and getting extremely immersed into these fantasy / nonfiction worlds, and I have the music to thank for that. I listened to a lot of soundtracks to help me fall asleep as a kid. Michael Jackson was, I think, my very first obsession. I used to sleep with the Unbreakable CD booklet under my bed. Next, gospel music was a heavy influence for me growing up, as well as Christian rock. I am classically trained as well, and so I'm influenced by the realm too. Like most people my age, I had an emo phase, and a lot of alternative rock influenced me and inspired me during a very dark time as a teen. Also, listened to a lot of modern folk and indie artists during that time, and eventually made my way to hip hop, R&B, and soul. My father's Jamaican, so lots of roots in reggae, and since I was raised very Caribbean, it was a lot of dancehall and soca too, thanks to my peers. So again, let's go over that again. She said that she was inspired by film scores. She said that she was influenced by Michael Jackson and the Unbreakable CD. She said that she was into gospel and it was a heavy influence because that's where she grew up, along with listening to Christian rock. She's also classically trained, right? She listened to alternative. Like I said, she is well rounded. She is completely well rounded. But yet, you have this woman out here who wanted to say that this girl and her music is demonic, it's Luciferian, it's evil. And I'm here to repurpose it because, I've been anointed by God. God sent me a message to come and do this, to come spread the word by way of overturning this demonic and Luciferian music for the good of man, so that people will know the word and follow the word. Yeah. 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 Like I said, you can't make this up. Like I said, this is a Christian calling somebody else who at a point in time was heavily influenced by Christian music, by gospel music, calling them demonic, calling them evil, calling them Luciferian. Like I said, and y'all wonder why it is that I say the things that I state about those who follow religion. This is why. Because those who follow a lot of these religions are some of the most judgmental people that I've ever witnessed, that I've ever came across, that I've had conversations with, that I've also known as well. This woman, going back to her picture, got to go back all the way to the beginning. That woman there proves everything that I've been saying, along with the people that also follow her as well, knowing the fact of, she called that young woman evil, right? She called her Luciferian. She called her a demon. Everything under the book. She had nothing good to sit up there and say. She also said that she was trying to play the role of the victim. Where have we heard that before? That's the same exact thing that they try to tell black people anytime that we want to point out racism, discrimination, and bigotry. Oh, stop playing the victim. Everybody gets discriminated against. Everybody faces racism, right? Stop playing the victim. That's a victim mentality, right? That's what they normally say. And she's saying the exact same thing, but under the guise of being a Christian. This is why I told people before, just because somebody is religious, just somebody looks nice, don't mean that they can't be bigoted. Don't mean that they can't be racist in some type of way, fashion, or form. Like I said, she's a full-fledged thief, and she's doing it with the name of God over her. Craziness. 1000% craziness. But this is where we are. This is where we are. Wait, LaShawn Jefferson said her daddy Jamaican. I know I heard you right. If true, she's not. No. This woman here. No. All right, so LaShawn, the woman, this Caucasian woman that you see here, she is Caucasian. The woman who stated that her father is Jamaican is the original artist. I'm trying to get to the clip real quick so I can, let me see, showcase her look real quick. Let me see, hold on. So this girl right here, Aniko, if you happen to type her up, it should be INKO. Her father is Jamaican, right? And she stated that no, it's cool. I just wanted to, if you were, potentially confused, you might have some other people in the back that might be confused as well. So I just want to, re-go over the information so that everybody is pretty much on the same page. So her father is Jamaican. She is the original artist of the song. She created the whole thing, right? That is her, right? Her flow, the way that you hear her, that's her. That is all her. Again, you're not listening to a Beyonce. You're not listening to a Rihanna. You're not listening to a Meg Thee Stallion. You're not listening to a Nicki Minaj. You're not listening to a Sexy Red. You're not listening to a Suki. You're not listening to none of that. None of them have her flow. None of them have her cadence. None of them have her rhythm. How it is that none of them. This is uniquely hers. Like I said, and that's the main thing that draws a lot of people to that song, because it's something that people never heard before. It's like, yo, this is crazy. And she's doing this a cappella. Like, there's no beat, there's no nothing to this. It's like, this is amazing. It's like, yo, and this is when you had a lot of people, they got online and they wanted to do like, a rendition. They wanted to, do their version in their voice, right? But still giving credit directly to the artist. That's showing love. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I don't want people to get, this misconstrued or twisted. Like, it's nothing wrong if you love a song and you want to sit up there and do a cover. That's cool. No problem. Even other famous artists have done covers of other famous artists because they love those artists. Those artists might have inspired them in one type of way, fashion, or form. Don't matter if it was a dance. It don't matter if it was the way that they did a chorus or a whole song or whatever it was, right? That's showing love to the person that, helped you get to that point. The inspiration helped you get to that point, right? But again, going to the copy, right? Let me just let this play.
From outer space, I got Milky Way for blood evolution. Hi, I've been saved by grace. I got Jesus on my mind and his blood running through my veins.
Again, we're dealing with somebody who decided that they wanted to copy. And if you look very close in the background to the left side of the screen that I have up here, she got the picture of the white Jesus. Now, when I basically made up my mind on a lot of things was when I hurried up and skipped to the back of the Bible. And in the back of the Bible, it explained what Jesus looked like. Right? Bronze skin, hair of wool. And I'm like, yo, that sounds like some elders, like some old men that, I've seen like walk around. I'm like, that don't look like nothing that I've ever seen like in church. And it's like, as I'm reading this, I'm looking at the quote unquote image of Jesus directly in the church. And I'm like, yo, there's something conflicting here. Something ain't making sense. Something is not mathing at this moment in time. And, like I said before, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You got a lot of copies directly out here. You got a lot of things out here, copying directly from the original. You have a lot of things out here misleading a lot of people, right? So, hopefully, again, enough people will decide to speak up and speak out, specifically about the situation, and they'll highlight it. Because this is a travesty. Like I said, if she wanted to do a cover, that's cool, whatever. But to sit up there and take it, and then you're keeping the whole exact same melody of which does not even come from your soul, no fiber of your being, but you're going to say that God gave it. Come on, son. Like, that's crazy. And then on top of that, let me just put it like this. So everybody, let me generalize. This is this woman right here who was a Christian, God-fearing woman, born again, however you want to sit up there and put it. It's women, it's individuals like her who are Christians that give other Christians a very bad name. A very bad name. So if any Christians out there, y'all ever wonder why it is that people don't like y'all, this is why. In the whole video that she had, the everything that I clipped together so that y'all can actually see step by step, she called the girl a victim. She said that the song was demonic, Luciferian, evil, but yet she was the one that's able to repurpose it and make it for God. And then she's going to turn around and make money and sell it as soon as it gets done. And you got other Christians supporting her, waiting for this song to come out, waiting for it to be on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Music. Like I said, this is crazy. This is 1,000% crazy. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Max said, this female a thief. Luckily, the law is clear. It should be a dunk to sue her and win. The people that would have to go after her will be Sony, because if from what I was able to understand, I think she is under the Sony label. So whenever if that song happens to get big and it starts making a lot of sales and it charts, Sony is going to be the main one knocking at her door, and she ain't going to be making no money no more because all of that money is going to be going directly towards Sony, because usually within those contracts they say that they own all of the rights and everything dealing with that artist. Right? Those contracts are pretty ironclad. They are to the T. So, like I said, that's going to be on her. She gonna have to sit up there and deal with that, and then she gonna be crying directly on social media, and she's gonna sit up there and create a GoFundMe and ask people to help her out and all this other type of stuff. And then you have other Christians talking about, oh, this is a travesty. She just sat up there and and just repurposed a song. She's an artist. She rewrote all of the lyrics. This song is actually hers, and yada yada. It ain't. That whole melody, that's that young woman's. That young black woman, that's hers. That ain't yours. Like I said, before that young woman even existed, this woman wasn't singing anywhere close to that. Like I said, I went through her social media. Her voice is nowhere even close to that. She don't even got any other songs that's even close to that. Like I said, they are the most unseasoned things that you will ever just so happen to hear. But you can't tell people nothing up until it happens to them. So, the moment in time that this type of thievery starts happening to, other people directly out here, that's when, things will change. That's when people will decide to take this a little bit more seriously. Up until then, when it's just happening to somebody that looks black, it's whatever it is. Because this is the same thing that's been happening since the inception of this country. Go back and look at a lot of the inventions that you think somebody created. I promise you they didn't. It was somebody black. Because that's usually how it's always worked. Like I said, Edison had a field of people basically working for him. He wasn't the one that came up with a lot of this stuff. It was other people that were smarter than him that he sent to figure out how a lot of these things work, what makes it tick, and yada, yada, yada. Edison just took credit for it. But yet everybody names Thomas Edison as one of the greatest inventors. He ain't invented nothing. I'm just going to be real. Like I said, you got places over in Africa that knew about the planets in the solar system before Europeans did. You got people in Africa that was charting constellations before Europeans even knew directions. So, but like I said before, people don't want to pay attention to the material that is directly out there. A lot of people want to stay blind to a lot of things because they feel that, quote unquote, they are the masters of the universe and that they created every single thing, including the Big Bang. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yo, Hobby, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? What's up? Mahoko, good morning, good morning, good morning. Mahoko said, typical true American thievery. That ish was corny AF too. Yeah, it was. Christopher Jones said exactly. She has the Caesar Borgia. I think that should be Borgia, whatever. I know who you're talking about. That's the image of Jesus that we, see directly in front of us. They're not playing with them copyright laws. Jesus was not his name. Right. Gail said, that's why I do not extend my creativity to its full capacity, because if I see one of those MFers riding off with this, it's a problem. I need my cat to get down off of this desk. That'd be great. Max said, hey, bro, look up the Rivington and tell me those songs aren't exactly the same as the Beach Boys. Oh, no. There's a lot of things. I remember the Beach Boys copied some stuff too. I know what you're talking about. There were some other people too. Like I said, a whole bunch of during that time period of you had the doo-wop and you had the rock and roll period and everything like that. Oh yeah. There were a lot of black artists that did not get credited. Their songs were copied 100% and they were just, given a European face because they didn't want those artists to get popular. They didn't want those artists in front of another audience. So, like I said before, if we want to talk about racism, if we want to talk about the bigotry and discrimination, let's go back into how the music scene was and how you had a lot of black artists that had very popular music that white kids were dancing to, that they were actually vibing to, that they were listening to. And they didn't care. Even if those kids were racist, it was like when it came to that artist, it was like, yo, I might not like black people, but this is my favorite song. Like, this might be the only one I might actually like out of all the ones I actually seen. That's how they would be. But even if those kids during that time had that mentality, they were like, yeah, we're not going to have them. We're not going to have black people in front of these audiences. We're not going to put them on NBC, right? We're not going to put them on, any of, the other stations, right? Because we can't allow them to get that type of fame. We're going to save that for us. We're going to save that for people who look like this woman here. Like I said, it's crazy. It is crazy. King's Kids said Edison worked in the patent office and jacked a lot of patent filings from other people. Yep. Maximilian said they done this before, just defame the original artist and steal their work. That is facts. Christopher said all they have to do, wait. Is that, am I reading it wrong? Okay. They have stole from God's people, the Hebrews. That's bars. Timothy said everyone keeps saying African star charts or alien assisted, never on their own. Yeah, whenever, that's the other thing too, which is crazy. Anytime that is basically found that you have a tribe or a group over in Africa that knew things about the galaxies or the universe or whatever it was before Europeans, people are like, they did? No. If that is the case, aliens gave it to them. That's right, aliens gave it to them. That's the only way how. That's the only way that they could be smarter than us. That's the only way that they could have this type of knowledge. The aliens had to give it to the Africans. Because other than that, the Europeans, we're the ones that always had the information. We're the ones that always had the knowledge. But again, when you look at a lot of information that Europeans got, they had to go down. They left Europe and they came down to Africa. They went to Europe. They went to other places in Africa in order to learn different types of knowledge. And then after they had their stint there, they took all of that knowledge back up there in Europe. Right? So since a lot of people in Europe never went to Africa, never been there, when these people basically show up with all of this profound knowledge, they're like, yo, you guys are the smartest. You guys are the greatest. This is, European history in the making, and it's not. But, that's how it works. Yo, what is up, Ty? What is up? That guy from Texas said, Hobby, long time no see. Yeah, Hobby it's been a minute. That is a name I would see throughout the years. Like I said, this is why I happen to do live streams, just so I can happen to catch some of you guys. And just in case, we got about 47 people here. Again, we got the third channel directly listed underneath the description section. So if at any point in time you guys just so happen to get a chance, please go over there and hit the button to subscribe, because YouTube likes to pull foolishness directly over here, and they still continuously pull foolishness. So it'd be very great if you guys can just so happen to subscribe to that channel over there, so we can get everything back up and running. Just in case y'all don't know where that channel is, I'm going to post the link directly in the comment section, so it should show up under both channels. So, but yeah, shout out to everybody that's here in attendance at this moment in time. Maximilian said they burned history and stole the tech. Yep. Like I said, the Vatican has a lot of the information too. Has a lot of that information. Let me see. Make sure I can. Yo, Jarius, what is up? Let me see. I think I said what's up to LaShawn, but if not, what is up? What is up? Because I'm just trying to go back. We got DC Precise in the building. What's going on? We got MD. What is up? What is up? What is up? Good morning. Good morning. I think I saw Dark Titan. Yeah. More honor followers. Yeah, that's facts. That is facts. But yeah, again, if you guys happen to like this format, y'all can let me know by hitting the like button, on like the live streams or leaving comments, different things of that nature. And this is how, I'll do the format. It don't matter if it's, just 5 of us in here or 10 of us in here, this will be the format. If you guys happen to like it, you find it a little bit more, entertaining. This will be the way. So again, y'all can let me know by hitting, the like. Yo, Solo T40, what is up? What is up? What is up? Good morning. Good morning. So again, by hitting the like button, leaving comments and, how it is that you like this format, this will be the way that we will do it from now on both of these channels. And again, I will, showcase videos here during the live stream, and on the third channel, you will just so happen, depending on what the story is, you will see, just the plain version, of the story, just to try to separate things so that, YouTube won't try to do any type of funny business, since YouTube states that all of my videos, pretty much 100% of my videos are reused content. So, you got to figure out a different way to do things in order to keep moving. And, I just want to state, much love, respect, and appreciation to all of you guys that are currently here. Thank you guys for all of the support that you have given me over the years. Shout out to any of you guys who might be here that have, gone through the PayPal, who are a part of the Patreon. A special shout out to the Patreon members. Much love, respect, and appreciation to you guys as well. Like I said, I'm going to probably work on doing live streams for the Patreon members as well. I got to figure out a format, if I might do it this way or a different way, as well. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out a way to really showcase my thank you, specifically to you guys for the amount of years that, you've been with me and, supporting the channel. And again, just being here in general. And shout out to anybody again that's hit up any of the platforms, PayPal, Cash App, and Patreon. I thank you guys a lot. I love you guys a lot. And, I will keep, doing and making videos, no matter how many times I may just so happen to have to create, a YouTube channel, which is quite annoying. And, if these live streams help you guys make it through, your work period or your work day or whatnot, I will make sure to keep these going, and I'll do my best to have a longer version of those so that, you'll have that as well. Yo, Lamiko, what is up? What is up, brother? What is going on? What is going on? That guy from Texas said the Pope prays to the Black Madonna. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But like I said, you can't tell people nothing, though. Because the moment it's this is the thing, that guy from Texas. The moment in time that you tell people that this is what the Pope does, this is how they pray, people are going to be like, oh, but why does the color matter? What difference does it make what Jesus was? Jesus is all of us, and he bleeds the exact same that we do, and all of these other things. Right? So then people want to try to move the goalpost once you bring out actual information. Gail says, Seji, you should be a late night DJ. Technically I would have, if I would have invested in getting a lot of that equipment. I probably would have. That would have been something I would have done. I can promise you. because there were too many times that I used to make beats on my T-Mobile cell phone that I had back in high school. It was a lot of times, and I used to play around with like Fruity Loops, not really a lot, but here and there. Maybe one day, yo. Maybe one day, that'll be a whole nother channel or something like that where it'll just be 8 or whatever hours, and I'm just DJing. That guy from Texas said, "Does your Cash App work?" Yeah, it does. It does. The Cash App is money sign and then Sejihito in all caps. And also ahead of time, much love and appreciation. That guy from Texas, much love. Christopher said exactly. Max said, "Amen. Thank you for your time and effort. Always appreciate it." I got you. Like I said, I got y'all. King said facts. Christopher said color doesn't matter to them demons. I mean, well, technically to an extent, because if you alter the image of what they define Jesus as, then you're going to start to see a problem. Max said if Jesus comes back black, they'll say he's the Antichrist. Yeah, they will. 100%. 100%. Hobby said, Seji, I'm happy to see that you didn't let YouTube turn you away. Like I said, it's tough. I got a lot of things happening in the background that I can't exactly fix. And like I said, I told y'all, what was going on, with my family in a few live streams back. And, like I said, it's tough. And this was, the main way where I used, whatever I got here, to help out, my family. And yeah, that did not work out, as planned. Like I said, the main thing was to, get enough money where, I can help my mom with the mortgage, on the house. And that's pretty much lost. That house is gone, and that was a childhood home. So, that hurts. So it's like, yeah. But you gotta look at a silver lining or find one, and you just gotta, keep going. And you gotta see what, will transpire and what will happen. Like I said, this is why, I'm always thankful to you guys out there that still value the content. Respect me as a content creator. You guys still take out the time, to come by, even if it's just to, drop a comment or, hit the like button or what have you. Like I said, I appreciate y'all a lot. I couldn't even get my own, people in my own family to do that. So I value you guys a lot. I highly appreciate that. I appreciate a lot of these, conversations that we have in the live streams. And, like I said, I appreciate everything. I really do. Gail said, you have a graveyard shift, quiet storm voice when you're pissed. It's been a long time. Coming through and raging. It's been a very, very long time. I try not to do that so often. Come through here, raging, so that people can actually follow and understand what it is, that I'm saying. Let me see. Dina Horton, what is up? What is up? Dina said, thanks for all you do, Seji. Dina, much love, respect, and appreciation to you and yours. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Christopher Jones said, color does matter to them. Oh, okay. That's okay. I got you. That's what you meant. That's what you meant. King's Kid said, stay strong, Seji. Hey, I'm always here. Like I said, no matter if we have, 10 or 5 people in a live stream, still here. The other channel, it doesn't really get a lot of looks. I think we get about on the max on the videos that I have so far is about 50. I think about 50 views on an everyday basis. So we're still here. And I'm still trying and still hoping to uh, get it quite a few people directly over here. Like I said, I'm not even looking for the whole subscriber base, just enough where we can just make it to that 1,000 mark and get everything going. Like I said, I'm highly appreciative to everybody. King's Kid says stay strong, Sedgy. That guy from Texas said interesting story. I remember when I was a corporate caretaker for a few years ago, I catered to this Catholic center. I didn't see a single picture of Jesus anywhere, just a bunch of white men cardinals. Huh. That's interesting. Christopher said, I feel you, Sedgy. SWAT D, good morning, good morning, good morning. What is up? Said, stay strong. Will do. Will do. And, also to people as well, just in case you don't happen to see a video in a live stream, I will also post those videos up away from the platform. So that would be IG or maybe anywhere else where I might have stuff listed as well. Because again, some stuff can't really be shown because YouTube will find whatever problems they decide to have with it. And speaking of certain types of news, we got about 36 people. It's about winding down right now. Some of the political stories I won't happen to cover, and that's due to the effect that I know that it's a trap, and it'll be a way for them to try to, mark the channel or try to categorize the channel in a certain type of way so that they can, slow down views or make sure that views don't happen or, start trying to unsubscribe people. So, certain political things that are going on right now, and I'm pretty sure everybody know what I'm talking about. That won't be on the third channel. I probably won't even talk about it specifically on here. I have to talk about it in a certain type of way. Because you already know that if you have a difference of opinion, people will decide that they want to try to automatically just straight cancel everything. So, you just got to be very mindful of a lot of things. Like I said, I'm just going to stay indifferent. I'm going to stay indifferent at this moment in time because I see a lot of people starting to say a lot of stuff. Like celebrities starting to really, try to speak and have other people speak on a lot of stuff. I'm like, yeah, this ain't the time. This is not the time to do that. Prince said, don't get discouraged, brother. I'm still going to rock with you till the wheels fall off. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Like I said, I'm going to have, this content that I do for the streams and, for some of those out there that are gamers, I'll let y'all know when we'll sit up there and, and do a lot of that as well. Like I said, what I'll do is I think I'll leave it up there for about like a week and see, how it is that people will respond to it. I'll just ask a question about, how people feel about gaming content during, the live streams and stuff. And, we'll pretty much, go from there. Like I say, even if it's just like 10 of us that's directly in, like the game stream, just sitting up there enjoying the game, whatever it is, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 10 of us locked down and, we're going to be going through some games, or maybe in some instances, we might be, playing those games on the live stream. Yo, Keith, good morning. Good morning. Keith said she lost her job too. Ooh, that's all bad. It's game over on that one. Ms. Callahan said, right, the current events is a big ass trap. Yeah. Prince said, we are Detroiters. We don't quit. We just get better. That's bars. Detroit versus everybody. That's the main slogan that I love so much. Detroit versus everybody. So it's like, no matter where you are, if you're from Detroit, it's literally you versus the world. Like that's how it is. Like I said, nobody really likes Detroit or wants to be in Detroit up until, something is famous or somebody famous is associated with it. Other than that, everybody want to be from, down south. People want to be from, Cali, Florida, New York, stuff like that, which is cool. No problem with that. But it is what it is. But yeah, like Miss Callahan said, it's a trap. It is a trap. And I understand how much of a trap it is, and I ain't gonna fall for the same thing twice. I'm like, they got it. They got it. Like I said, I ain't even about to sit up there and get anywhere close to it. I'm trying to even get a specific terminology of how I'm really trying to speak on a conversation. But like I said again, I'm just really here just rambling on, in a sense, in thoughts, and again just saying, like, I love you guys, appreciate you guys, and for everything that you guys have done for me so far. And just like Prince said, I will continue doing live streams, doing videos. So make sure to follow me on IG, follow me on technically all three channels, Twitter if possible, if y'all even have that, TikTok, and like I said, we in there. But we've been going for a nice hour and 40 minutes. We got 38 people here. I'm going to let y'all go. It's a good Friday. So, get your exercise in, get ready for work, or if you're just getting off of work, I'm happy that you guys made it home safely. Have a great weekend. Have some great food. Spend time with your friends and family. Get your energy and your feng shui, directly in order so that, you can prepare for the next coming week. And we out. So peace, love, and I'll see y'all next time. Shout out to Hollywood 2000. And Hollywood said, stay strong, bro. Will do. And the same to you and yours as well.